And now I'm very, very happy to was that announcement on? Okay. I'm very, very happy to introduce to you our Gopiji. And Gopiji has been here many, many years. He came just soon after I did. Um, I came in 80, you came in 82, I think, Gopiji. First time, yes. And I know Gopiji all these years. He was my neighbor for many, many years. And the beautiful Swami that he served for many years was my neighbor, Swami Vijayanandaji. Gopiji served him day and night, and his Swami Vijayanandaji, he was amazing because he used to get up something like 2 o'clock in the morning or 2:15 in the morning and start his sadhana, and then at 4 o'clock in the morning, other seekers joined him, and then they used to chant the Gita and opening prayers and that type of thing. And then he was a beautiful Swami, very beloved, also one of our hidden saints. And but what was amazing is Swamiji had a stroke, and for many years Gopiji served him day and night. He was his neighbor and is now living in his room. And Gopiji, for me, he's always a go-to person. If I have a question in my mind about some administrative thing, and I'm not sure what to do, I always ask Gopi first. So he'll get a call from me, or I knock on his door. But the main thing, it was his beautiful spirit of service. And everybody loves his talks. And so we welcome you back, Gopiji, and we're very happy you came. And he'll do the meditation tomorrow night. Yeah, it's working.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be with you. I would have been more happier had I been sitting with you and listening something instead of sitting here and talking something. But Madaji does not give me a chance for that. He says inmates are not permitted.
No, I don't say that.
Hey.
I say you must speak. He always tries to escape and go on tour. He says, do I really have to?
Om Namo Narayanaya. Please chant. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya. By whose grace we are sitting here, Gurudev's Kripa. I always tell him, Gurudev, I don't know anything. You make me an instrument of a mic in front of you, you tell something. Because even now I don't have any idea what I am going to speak, to tell you frankly. If he speaks, okay, otherwise, excuse me. So, one problem is, and what is that next? Suffering, sorrow. This is our problem. I think since the beginning of creation, this problem existed. When the Brahmaji created this world, since then this question, this problem is there with the human beings. If everything is God and God alone, then where the problem, where the sorrow exists? Even now it is not solved for public. Those who could understand that, they escaped. They are called realized people, like our Gurudev. So the question is there in front of us. So we are here to discuss about that. Do you think that today we will discuss and find a solution for that, which nobody could do since the commencement of creation? Is it possible? Yet we are supposed to do some investigation. Why it is so? If bliss alone is there, if we believe in that, that instant we are liberated from all the sorrows and suffering. We don't believe in that because I exist, this exists, that exists. Wherever we see, look, we see only suffering and pain. Then how to believe in that statement, everything is God and God alone. Otherwise, that absolute consciousness, bliss alone is there. Who will believe that? We don't believe in that. That is our problem. Gurudev told us this. Do we believe in Gurudev's words? Everything is that God and God alone. Nothing else exists. This is the message. Why don't we believe in that? Because I exist separately. That is the problem. How do I exist independently? Is there a place in that bliss for me to exist? Mummy tells the child, oh, that your soup is kept in that cup. It is full of. Will he seek anything else in that? Mummy told it is only the soup and soup, nothing else. But he finds an elephant in that. How it's possible? Can there be anything apart from mystery? How we all exist apart from that? We should think about this very seriously. In the opposite army and as well as his own army. He thought all are going to die. Should I kill them? They are my own kith and kins. How it's possible? He fell into the trap of attachments. Earlier he never thought of that. He was carried away by that feeling of war. But when he was face to face that, he fell into that trap. Oh, they are all my own kith and kins. How can I kill them? Attachment. Then the weapon slipped out of his hand. He said, I cannot fight. All of us know this story. So, what did Krishna say? Responded, you all know that. What a fool you are. Is it the time? The whole world will mock at you. Then he started justifying it. He started advising Krishna. We are going to commit a very big mistake, terrible sin, killing all these people, our own kith and kin. We should stop somehow. I don't think I will be able to fight. So this situation we all face once in a while in our life. We prepare ourselves to do certain things, but in some other point of time, when we face the situation, sometimes we won't do it perfectly because so many people are involved in that. Our own kith and kin. We want to favor them. You are posted as a big man in a government establishment, dealing with the crores and crores of rupees. Some relatives of you come, and how that bliss and happiness be there? Then we put a drop of poison in the water. That the whole water is poisoned. Somebody offers you. In academy I used to ask this question. For example, there is a mantra about knowledge and ignorance. Okay. I said, when you go to some house, they offer you some sarbat. They tell you politely, sir, two tumblers. One tumbler, there is only one drop of poison. Another one, there are a spoonful of poison. So, which you take, sir? I asked, which you prefer? Some boy said, we will take the other one, one drop one. We will choose the one drop poison glass. Spontaneously they said. The result of accepting either this or that is death only, nothing else. Still, knowingly we do it. So how we got corrupted, how our mind is getting corrupted by all this. This is the only problem for all of us. The world will be like this as it is. We have made some relation with that. We in the sense, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan, Lord Krishna tells very clearly to Arjuna that moment, the first thing, when he is terribly upset, he wanted to run away, he has become so weak, he cannot even lift his arrow. That time Krishna tells him the highest truth. They had been living for years together. They never talked this over a cup of tea. Now comfortably after a cup of tea, we are all sitting, we want to discuss philosophy. Is it possible to understand things? Then how to do it? That is why in the midst of terrible suffering, one has an aspiration to receive the message. Then only he will listen to that. No other way. I am caught up, fallen into the pit, oh Lord, save me. When everything is okay. Arjuna I wanted to run away from there. I will go to Rishikesh and take sannyasa from Shivananda Ashram, live there somewhere. If they don't keep me there, I will go for begging. Things like that. Thoughts came to his mind. But look at it. Then Krishna said, you fool, what are you talking? Everyone depend on you now. You know that, the responsibility you have. Then Arjuna started advising Krishna, don't commit this sin. We are going to commit a great sin by killing all these people. They are all our brothers, sisters, in-laws, uncle, mama, and things like that. Don't do. Krishna said, you are talking like a Pandit. Things like that in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter. Before commencing the teaching of Bhagavad Gita, seeing the disciple in such a condition, all the great masters tell them first this thing. Vivek Chudamani Shankaracharya wrote that a boy, a young man who was terribly upset about and terribly in suffering, he came to Master, fell at his feet, weeping, oh Lord, I am just like a worm fallen on a hot stove. Kindly save me, protect me. Immediately the Master said, oh my dear child, nothing has happened to you. I will tell you the way to liberation, by which the great masters have walked and they attained the liberation. That path I will show you, he says. The Vivek Chudamani starts like that. So such kind of aspiration do we have. Otherwise it is only a program. I don't call it as an entertainment, but just a program, we discuss something. Intellectually we may understand certain things, we may have a feeling, but does it remain there? Does it sprout out from our heart and take over? This, every one of us should think about this. We are happy what we are doing and where do we live. We are happy with that. So these things and all, it is not necessary for us. Mind will tell, Arey, what is this? Why to get up early morning? Gurudev said, get up early morning at 4 o'clock and things. Why we should? Unless there is an inner urge, terrible urge which we cannot, then only all these things will start taking shape. If you put a seed in earth, make a hole and put it there. If you forgot pour some water. Every day you go, nothing comes out. Is it not? Like that, such kind of favorable situation at Gurudev. Now it is for Gurudev to tell us something. Is it not? We have heard many times, but again and again we hear the same thing. There is nothing new to tell. We all know that what we are supposed to do, but we are not doing it. So what Krishna told Arjuna in the very beginning, when he was in such a terrible turmoil, he wanted to run away actually from there, take sannyas. He said, I'll go for bhiksha, means begging, and survive. I don't want to kill this, my own kith and kin. Krishna told, oh my dear, what do you think about yourself? Then he tells the highest truth told by Upanishad. You are the Supreme Being. Hey, what is this Supreme Being? What is that? He did not ask. He also heard about all this. You are the Self, you are the Atma and things like that. The highest truth is revealed to him, whether he understood or not. So that acts as his aim for Arjuna. He has to attain that, he has to reach that state. Means, even now he is that and that alone. We all are, as a matter of fact. That's why Atma. Atma is a name given to that. It has no name, as a matter of fact. All right. We are just place ourselves in the position of Arjuna. So suffering has its own role to play in our life. Look at Arjuna's suffering. Anybody has suffered this much? Just in the battlefield, everyone has expectation on him, and he wanted to run away from there. He wanted to take sannyasa. We also leave our house because we cannot tolerate the atmosphere of the family, all fighting, this and that and other thing. No peace of mind. Gurudev, I heard, if somebody came for sannyasa, he used to x-ray him like this. You have seen the picture in Samadhi Mandir, Gurudev closing one eye and looking at it. He could see what is there within him, why he wants sannyasa. If he finds a genuine sannyasi seeker, he should immediately make arrangement. He one day locked him up in the room and went to call the barber. We all heard that. Other people say, generally people say, whoever came to Gurudev, Swami Shivanji, he gave sannyasa. No, it's not like that. Genuine people, eagerly aspiring to be a sannyasi, he used to take care that he should not miss this opportunity. If he goes back, then he will get carried away by the samsara and will reach somewhere. So he used to, immediately he used to arrange. This is the thing. So Arjuna received that message slowly. Because he was in that condition, there is no other way for him. Whereas we have so many ways, so many paths to walk in this life. Is it not so? So many. So this is one among that, spirituality. In which way it is going to help us? This also we will take like any other aspirations. Whereas spirituality is only one, devoid of anything, any other path. Do you think so? There is no choice in that. Either you, it is actually the path of the world is, suppose if it is towards this direction, spirituality is in the opposite direction. You cannot walk on both paths. It doesn't mean that you have to leave everything and go and become a sannyasi. You can be, see, it is an inner journey. Now what is our feeling about the world? We have so many relations. I am related to this world and all kind of things. But when you started walking in the opposite direction, then all these things will remain there as it is, nothing going to disappear, for example. But you are actually, you know now the secret of life, for example, as the Arjuna was told by Krishna, the self, there is nothing apart from that here. You alone are there now. Because in everyone that Atma alone, even in an ant, a rat, an elephant, a human being, that one reality alone exists even now. But due to ignorance and delusion, we have fallen into trap. So if you believe in that, that belief comes only after a terrible fight between our happiness and suffering. Then you have to decide that which is the real path. See, are we the king here? But you don't have to advertise also. But it is a total inner vision. The life will change totally. All your thinkings, aspirations, everything will change, undergo terrible change. Actually, we only take, there are two aspects of life in pair of opposites other than self. Atma has no pair of, that is the only thing which doesn't have any opposite aspect of it. All other thing in this world, you will have the other aspect also. If you say truth, it has an untruth, other side of it. So likewise, we know about our life, but what is the opposite of that, other aspect of it? It is death itself. We have thorough knowledge about our life, but what knowledge we have about the death? We are scared of that, even to talk about that, to look at it. Am I right or not? Everyone. Insurance companies are thriving because we are all scared of that. That is their investment. Our fear is their investment. Is it not? So life and death, they are also pair of opposites of one entity called our life here. In Kathopanishad, you might have heard the story, Nachiketa's story. Everyone. As a young boy, he observed his father was performing a great sacrifice there. And in the fag end of it, he was supposed to give away a lot of wealth, what he possessed, to the priest and other poor people. And he was shocked to see he was giving away all the cows. When it says, it has drank all the waters. It has eaten all the grass because there is no teeth has fallen off. It cannot eat grass anymore. And it has given away all the milk. And it is a barren now because it has become very old. And he observed my father is committing a great sin by giving this to people. Then he went in front of, because we are supposed to give away in charity the dearest, most important things of our life. Sannyasis are supposed to renounce most important. What is the most important thing to us? If you touch my body, then you will come to know. Hey! So most dearest thing for all. Is it not? We are so much attached to our body and other things. So like that. Then he went in front of his father and told, "Oh father, tell me, to whom are you going to give me in charity?" Father just looked at it, he did not say anything. Second time he asked. Father did not say anything. Third time he asked. Then the father said, "I am giving you to death." So many type of commentaries are there on that, about the situation. But it may not satisfy you when we read that. A father, will he ever say like this? That too, he was a scholar also. Will he say, but this is the problem with the Upanishads and other thing, because just by reading we will never understand this. That is why one has to go to a guru, learn from him, meditate over that, do contemplation, then meditate over, then he, by grace of Guru and God, something will flash. So, why he sent him to death? Just look at one aspect of it. Oh, you may be knowing everything about the life. What about the other aspect? You should know that. Then only you can be from this, free from this. Death and life, life and death. Life itself is death, death itself is life. If you ponder over that. Is it true? No. If you know, actually what is the death? What death means? Giving away of the body. It is not the death. Shankaracharya has given a verse in Vivek Chudamani. He says, Sanat Kumara, the son of Brahma, he says, forgetfulness of our reality itself is death. Pramado brahmanishtayam na kartavyam katachana. Pramado mrittirityaha Bhagavan Brahmana Sutta. Sanat Kumara, by birth they are realized, Sanat Kumara, four brothers. So one among them, Sanat Kumara, he said, forgetting our reality itself is death. Now how many of us here, including me I am telling, who remembers that, our reality? Nobody remembers. Then we are all in the, where do we sit now? We are all supposed to be dead from the spiritual point of view. That is why there is a name for human beings in Sanskrit, I think, Martya. Martya. We are all called Martyas. Okay. This is the problem for suffering. We forgot our reality. We consider ourselves. How we can forget our reality? You should ask. Is it not? I know what I am. How I can forget myself? But we have forgotten our reality. We have identified with something else. This point we should understand first. I hope you will seek Lord Krishna like Arjuna. He will teach you. Gurudev told us, inquire who am I, know thyself and be free. If you know yourself, the reality, that is the end of your spiritual seeking. But it is so difficult, that's why life after life we have to struggle for this. Inquire who am I, everybody utters I. Even if you ask an ant, who are you, it will say, I am an ant, it will say. I am an elephant, it will say. An elephant will say. Anybody you ask, I am is common in everything. The I is common in everything. What is that I? I am standing in front of you. Do you think this body? Ramana Maharshi used to ask this question. Who are you, sir? Sir, I am so and so standing in front of you. Oh, do you think this body, perishable body, is it what you are? That's why Gurudev said, inquire who am I, know thyself and be free. See, this I also disappears when you go to deep sleep. Is it not so? You never knew anything about that. That I also disappears. This I is very much prominent here in dream state and wakeful state. Now we are all in wakeful state. When we go to sleep, we enter into dream state sometimes. Otherwise, we go to deep sleep state. These three states we think are real. All the three states are supposed to be unreal. If we know the real I within, then only we will understand that. All right? Now we are all in the wakeful state. You heard about the three gunas, Sattva guna, Rajo guna, Tamo guna and things like that. So now this is predominated by Sattva guna. That's why Sattva guna is more bright. It prepares us, otherwise it helps us to know the things, the deeper things. In dream state, we have no control over our mind. Whatever we see, we take it for granted. Whereas here, at least, we can understand, realize. We can look back to dream and deep sleep state from here. It's not possible in dream state. And deep sleep state, what to talk about that? So this is the place we can do all investigations, sadhana and things like that. Nowhere else in the wakeful state. Okay. Even this state also you will realize this is also like a dream. Scriptures tell this is also like a dream. What a proof is there? If it is real, it should ever exist. But when you go to dream state, this disappears. When you are in deep sleep state, this is nowhere. Who is telling this? You are, every one of us is aware of this. All the three states come and go one after another. Okay. So, you are the witness of all the three. I hope you agree with me. When you are a witness of the three, all the three are separate from you. It has nothing to do with you. All the three states. See, even look at your body. You say it is my body. If it is you yourself, will you ever call your body as myself? Can I call this mic mine? This is myself. Will I call? No. It is an object. So when your body you call it is my body, that means it is an object for you. So everything within your body, up to the level of finest emotions, knowledge, everything is object for you. It is apart from you. That is all part of the body combination. It falls into the level of body. So scriptures talk about these, about Purusha and Prakriti. Purusha is the spirit within, that Atman, and body is something, a house for the Purusha to live. Okay. These two have no connection each other. But whereas for us, both are mixed up. Just to reason out this, there is nothing for you to claim in this as yourself, nothing. But we identify everything as mine, mine. If somebody, a mosquito pricks here, a mosquito has bitten me, you say. Can it bite you? We don't say it has bitten my body. It is out of place to say, a lot of mosquitoes, they are eating my, drinking my blood. My blood. Things like that. So look at it. You survive, you exist even without your body. What is the proof? You existed in dream state, this body was sleeping, you went to some other world, deep sleep state, there also you existed. Because you are the witness of all the three states. So you are beyond the fourth. It is like there is a stage, a group of people come and give a performance there. Light is, lot of light is put on. In that light they come and perform. They finish that drama and go to, and they pack up. Then next group come. Like that, wakeful state has played its role here. Now we are talking, having a meeting and things like that. This is a part of a kind of program being performed upon that stage of awareness that you are Atma, upon the self. It is inactive, it cannot do anything. It is eternally present. It doesn't do any activity, the self within. That is why it can remember everything, whatever performance. Second party came, they did a performance and went off. After that, the light is put off. Even then, that stage is aware, nothing is taking place on me. Things like that. If you observe these three states of our life, you will understand there is someone within you who is aware of everything. Scriptures talk about this in many ways, but you have to adopt your own method to understand that. It's very difficult to understand this because our mind will not believe in that. That is the first of all. Because it has so many things within, within its hold, so many things, it will not leave it. It connects you, the body with the self, and the self with the body. They are called superimpositions, things like that. Let us not enter into that. So this is the problem. Once you know that you are that you have not taken birth, and no one is going to die. That is our reality. Again and again we have to hammer this idea to our mind, and we have to ponder over that. Beginningless, endless entity that we are, Amara. This Mara has to become Amara. Mara means Marne wala, the one who is going to die. If you put a body has come into being, we all know that it has to perish one day. So slowly this idea, this principle explained by scriptures, we have to receive it graciously and ponder over that and accept it. Yes, this is the thing I had been seeking. Then you will approach somebody, how to? I believe that is my reality, but how can I escape from that? That's why a disciple goes to a master, falls at his feet, Sir, with his permission, can I ask you some question? Yes. How this bondage has come to us? How this bondage has come to us? And he puts forth the question. Hearing this, the master becomes so happy. That shows he is a scholar. He knows that. Otherwise, who will go and ask, how this bondage has come to me? Everyone feels that I have no bondage, I am free. The concept of freedom is entirely different. What is freedom? No one should ask me, no one should order me. I will do whatever I feel like. Is it the real freedom? This is the ultimate bondage, eternal bondage. If you think this is the freedom, we have become the slave of our mind. We don't understand that. Mind is a servant of me because the self exists. That's why mind, intellect, all senses, even the body, everything exists because of that. This is the problem. We have no idea what is liberation and what is freedom and things like that. We are all actually free. We only created our own problem. No one else is responsible. We have to find out our way out. No one can help us. Even Guru, Shankaracharya himself says, Shankaracharya is the Guru of Gurus. He says, Avidya kama karma adi pashabandham vimojitum kashakunya vina atmanam kalpa kodi shatairavi. He says, you take birth after birth for millions and millions of times. Unless you yourself liberate you, you will be taking birth again and again. He says, no one else can help. And what is the nature of bondage? Avidya kama karma adi. It is, the seed is ignorance, avidya. The seed of our bondage is ignorance. What is the nature of that? Ignorance has two horns, for example. They say, one is avarana, another is viksheva. Avarana means, suppose, for example, just for example I say, in darkness when you are walking, you suddenly find out you are going to step over a cobra, a snake. You jump back and fall down, not able to get up. Suddenly, hey, what to do? Whether it has bitten me? This you know. In such situation, mind will react in such a way, million ways it will think. Suddenly you found somebody is coming with a torch, you shout out, oh, please come soon, quick. Then he came running, hey, it was your friend only. Hey, what happened to you? He lifted you, gave you a hand, and lifted you up. Hey, there is a snake. I don't know whether it has bitten me. Where is the snake? It is there. Just be careful, eh? You are cautioning that friend. He puts the torch on, both of them are looking at that. Then you know what does he say? He says, your snake is a rope. Don't take it lightly. The statement, but that statement removes all his suffering. But look at it. How snake can become a rope? That shows snake never existed. This is the point, very subtle point. Snake never existed. Suppose that man ran away from there without investigating, that snake will rule him throughout his life by existing. Is it not? Every moment he will be worried about that, he will be thinking, he will be telling the story to many people. So happened. So this is the idea of existence and non-existence. See? Ultimately all those things exist. Everything we have to realize as a non-existing entity, and in front of that, that alone exists. Our body do not exist, even though we do not exist as a matter of fact, because we are all Bhagavan only. That reality alone is there. Everyone is the presence of God only, nothing else. That's why a spiritual seeker, for Arjuna, Krishna prescribed what you should do. After telling him the highest truth, as he said, you are the ultimate reality, my dear, what do you think about? These are all play only, nothing else. Then he started telling Karma Yoga to everybody. Karma Yoga is introduced to him. You cannot escape from this. Whatever war this is a work for you. Everyone is expecting. That is a duty which you have to perform. You have given assurance to all these people. Okay, so do it in the spirit of selfless service. You have no right even to expect the fruit of it. There's a secret of Karma Yoga is do it for the sake of doing, that's all. You are not asked to become President of India or America. Whatever duty comes, that only you have to do. Is it not? No one will compel you. Come, I'll make you president. You tomorrow onwards you will be the president. No. Whatever is there, that duty you have to do in the spirit of not expecting the result of it. And Bhagavan says that one famous verse in Bhagavad Gita, Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu gatachana ma karma phalahedur ma de sangostu akarmani. Without expecting the fruit of it, perform your duty. Now you are a warrior, this is your duty. Wherever you are, you do your duty without expecting the result of it. And you should not be the cause of creating a desire. Then you may think, what is there? I don't want to do it. I will sit quiet. That also you should not do. You cannot do that. You have to perform that. Don't escape from this. You may think, I will not do anything, I will sit. Is it also not an action? You are doing another action. Instead of doing your duty, you are doing another duty. What is that? Sitting quiet. Is it easy to sit quiet for a long time? Instead of that, do your duty wonderfully well. Sitting quiet also is a duty, a karma, an action which we are performing it. Is it not so? You may think that only movement in the body, that is only, your mind is working, intellect is working, everything, senses are working, only body you keep quiet. Is it a relief from activity? No, this is also an activity. So do your duty without expecting the result, and don't be a cause for creating a result for that. Just do it. I used to tell always, on the road you might have seen lot of cows walking. While walking they will drop the cow dung. They don't look back whether I have put a beautiful cow dung or not. They don't look back. Just like that, you do your duty, don't look for the credit or anything. Just walk ahead. So this is the way how we have to live in our world. Then what happens? All our activity become a worship of Lord. So slowly the devotion will set in you. Karma Yoga and with devotion, that is the best, that is the panacea to escape from this bondage. But this will not give you liberation. Then what happens? By performing Karma Yoga in disinterested spirit, I think no harm in 5 minutes more. No harm. No, is it okay? Otherwise I can stop it. Okay, then I'm sorry, I should have, because Karma Yoga and Bhakti. This is the panacea actually. This is the one medicine to remove, to make us, to prepare oneself to receive the highest knowledge. But somewhere Gurudev has written, Gurudev has talked about that. People may argue, no, knowledge alone can liberate us. Vedanta says like that, not karma and other things. Gurudev says perfectly all right. But how you can receive the knowledge? If your mind is impure, what you will get out of that knowledge? Many people talk like this without purifying their mind. They read the book and start giving lectures. Oh, everyone is that Brahman alone. You are Brahman, I am Brahman, and all we talk. Gurudev has told this. This way it is only a book knowledge. It will, when I tell you this, it will go somebody's head. Above the head it will go. It will not enter into. So this Karma Yoga help us. Every activity. You may ask, where should I go for Karma Yoga? Which place, which ashram? You yourself. Your body is a shrine. Do it. Lord is there within. Every act, whatever you do, offer it to the Lord. Oh Lord, whatever I do, I am eating food. That also is a great yatna. Actually, what yatna we do in yatna shala, you might have offering things in the fire. You might have seen that. Panditjis along with the mantra chant, Om Namo Narayanaya Swaha, things like that. Actually, it is only a secondary representation to let us know here what we yatna we do every day. It is only a, what do you call that, a replica of that. This mouth is the deity Agni. Agni lives here. Veda tells Agni Devata lives here. Sun and moon lives here. Vayu Devata. It's like that. The whole universe is within our body. The deities. That's a different subject. Leave it. So what I say, every day we do Agnihotra here. Agnihotra means offering into the fire. Om Swaha. But we do not know we are doing that. Whatever we put in our mouth, it is received by the deity Agni, the fire Devata. Okay, Agni Devata lives here as Vak. The words we utter, the deity of that is Agni. So we offer unto. With that feeling, if we eat, then it becomes a great sacrifice. Otherwise, it is only an enjoyment. This is the difference between the two. One aspect, with awareness, if we eat, it encourages. It encourages a movement towards liberation. If you just eat for the sake of enjoyment, it encourages to move towards a death and samsara. Okay, just eat and make merry, that's all. So, this is the thing. Slowly we have to understand where from we get this knowledge. Book, if you read a book, Veda book, we will never understand things. That's why we have to approach a master. We should have a guru, sit at his feet and listen for a long time. Then only slowly we will understand. That's why I said since the creation, this problem exists. Nobody can solve it for the society. Everyone has to. If somebody understands it well, that instant he goes beyond. But Gurudev is so kind, what he experienced, he told us. And he, because of his love towards us, he has told, this is the path, my dear. Come, come. He invited. That is spiritual, that universal prayer, if you go through that, it contains everything, all the message and things like that. Let us behold thee in all these names and forms. When I look at you, I should look at you not as individuals or Mr. So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so, nothing like that. I should look at you all the embodiments of that one reality, God alone. If you look at to the world like that, will there be a problem in life? All your problem will disappear because you have no enmity towards anybody. You have no attachment towards anybody. Let it be your children. You have no attachment. Look at them as the manifest, the presence of Lord itself. This is what Gurudev taught us. Let us behold Thee in all these names and forms. Let us serve Thee in all these names and forms. What a wonderful thing. This is what we have to adopt in our life. All other things will take care its own. Nothing, don't have to worry. No, I have to work and do it. But do it in the spirit of, you are not serving a man who is seated there. You look at him as the God himself. He has told me, okay, do it. Everything has to be converted, and it is the most wonderful life, they say. You will be living not here now. Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha means you will be living with the Lord. Wherever you look at, you will see only Lord. A dog is coming to you. Hey. Immediately that awareness should come. The Lord himself in the guise of dog, he can take any form, any name and form. He alone is there. That is the only reality. The problem with us is this subject, when we discuss, is all confusions only, because within short period what we can think about that. Even my mind itself is not in proper order. Whatever I remember, I talk. It's not so. I know that whatever I told is not the way to be told. But somehow, pinching from here and there, something here and there. But it should be, it may take from a master for months together, maybe years together. Initially, we have to do a lot of seva. That is needed. Karma yoga, I told you, karma yoga. Without that, in the beginning itself, we might have been hearing, but it will not go inside. We have not prepared ourselves. How many times we have heard all these things? How many times we say universal prayer every day we say, but what is the result? So we have to prepare ourselves for this. By grace of God and Gurudev, our mind should turn towards that. Sufficient, we have plenty of experience of life. Every day things are being repeated, and what we have gained. If we experience the suffering, it is good. If we think, oh, world is most wonderful, then we have to be a bit careful. Suffering is okay, no harm. Suffering is good for this. That's why olden time kings used to leave the palace with his wife and hand over the kingdom to their children and go to forest, make a small hut and live there. Knowingly, voluntarily they accept the suffering. For what? So life and death, we should have a total picture about this. Not only the life aspect, like day and night we should have. What is death we should know. Leaving of body is not death. Every moment we are dying. When we identify ourselves with name and forms, we are dying. That is the death. Not recognizing the reality is the real death. Then it is hardened. That idea is made more stronger by identifying ourselves with the other things. One last verse I'll tell you, Shankaracharya says, there are only two things in this world. Drik Brahma Drishyam Mayedi Sarva Vedanta Dindima. The Vedanta, the philosophy of Vedanta, beating the drum proclaims Drik Brahma Drishyama, the seer within you, who is witnessing all the three states, that is the Brahman within you. And the object, they are all mithya. Mithya means really non-existing. I do not exist in reality, you do not exist. That is the reality of every one of us. If we believe in that and try to live in that spirit, looking at others,